We wanted to show you all how we bring a colony home and install them in a new box after we've done a cutout. So here's our bucket of bees. I'm going to rub their new home with wax that has some lemongrass oil in it, so it kind of smells like a beehive. Then we've got our bucket. We use a paint strainer to vent the lid. Our vacuum sucks right into that bucket, and we use the paint strainer for the transport home and until we're ready to get them into a new box. We also have a vented lid we use sometimes as well, but these paint strainers are really awesome. So we dump them into the box. You can see I've got some honey already up there to kind of let them know that this is a great place and there's lots of food. I'm going to pull out the frames. There's already bees hanging all over the frames. They're happy to go into their new home. Again, I've sort of baited them with some lemongrass wax and some honey. So this is a chicken wire screen we use inside of our vacuum. It gives the bees something to hang on to during transport and vacuuming, so that they're not just sitting on the bottom of the vacuum, because in Texas on a hot day that can have some disastrous results if they're just sitting there on top of each other. So they like to cling to the chicken wire. You see it works pretty well for us. So I'm just gonna put it in there and give it a little shake and get those girls to jump off that chicken wire. So you can see on the left hand side that some of the honey spilled. They're eating that up. I'm going to encourage some more girls to come out of the bucket. Just scoop them up and move them in. So these vacuums, it's a custom-made vacuum. It uses a bucket head shop vac that we put on a regular bucket, but we've put a hole in the side so that we can put screen and then use tape to regulate the pressure, the force of the vacuum power. So I've put a piece of brood from the cutout in there, and of course the bees are all over it. Several things we do to kind of make them feel like this is their new home. And you can see as I'm putting the frames in that the bees are actually starting to come into the box of their own accord. So I put a few empty frames in there and let them start filling that out, pulling out their wax. Again, a whole bunch on the left hand side are feeding. They're very hungry. And you can see them just flying into the box of their own accord. They're even crawling up the side there and climbing in. I'm going to shake the rest of the bees off. We're going to put a top on, scoop those girls off, and we're going to slide a top on very gently with our food. And then what I will do is I'll leave this open till most of the bees come into the box. I'd like to do this late afternoon so they really can't decide to leave. And then after dark I will come along and I will close it up for a day. Give them time to assimilate to their new house. Put a brick on it to keep anything from happening. And that's how we install new bees.